Suffering is only the beginning.
Hey everyone, this is QuakeMan. Today's video is because Quake Champions recently just got an update on August 2nd. On Thursday, this video should be out on Friday. And I actually did not know the update was coming out, so I didn't look into exactly what it is, but I got to look into basically a couple of changes they made. The first big change that I want to bring out was they hired a man who did the Rise of the Tread reboot music, as well as a bunch of other projects they've done, like with Dusk, or when he remade the first episode of Original Doom. But his name is Andrew Hulshult, and he is now the new music composer for all the music tracks in Quake Champions, including the main menu and so on and so forth. And from the preview, I was actually very happy with the feel of it, but personally, I felt like because of Dusk and the IDKFA project he did, it felt way too similar. But at the same time, I still thought it felt the theme. I really hope Bethesda tried to do a mix of rock and things, but the very dark techno-babble types, not techno-babble, that's not the right word to use, but basically the techno, electronic, industrial-like music that Quake 3 Arena handled. That was what I would like to see, a mixture of those two. And maybe they will bring that in, but so far from the music I've heard, it works, and it's very nice, and it's very much of an upgrade than what it was before, because the other ones I thought was kind of forgettable. So that's the first thing. The second thing is they released a new champion. This new champion in question goes by the name of Death Knight. I actually can't tell if this is a reference to a property or not. I'm gonna guess maybe. I can't say anything off the top of my head, and maybe there is some later. Or it's just a completely new idea entirely with nothing of basis, which is fine. They can do that as well. The champion in question has a total of 100 health, 100 armor, starts with 125 health, 50 armor with a speed of 310. That is almost similar to Ranger on the average speed, which is perfectly fine. He kind of has the almost like same exact stat as Ranger, but, a little bit different. His passive abilities is that he's immune to all fire damage, so he's very good for a lot of the maps that have a lot of fire elemental damage. It helps you protect him against those. He also is the first champion to include an additive to the melee gauntlet ability, where he adds fire. So it's similar to Sorlag's poison, except for you use it on your melee. With his ability called Flame Strike, which basically Death Knight uses his unending rage to summon 3 deadly fireballs, which leaves fires in their wake, which set enemies on fire. Activating the ability again before the fireballs impact will cause them to coalesce in a massive explosion. So it's kind of a double ability, similar to Clutch, similar to Slash, where you can press it twice to have a different effect involved with it, as well as Ranger. I forgot about him. I got to play a couple matches with him, and he feels like his speed and movement pretty much feels when I play Ranger. The difference is that his mobility is limited because he doesn't have Dire Ore like Ranger would. But the resistance to flame makes him a good against other Death Knights, which is very nice, as well, again, the environmental stuff I talked about. His ability, I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I'm still trying to get used to it because, again, I've only played like a couple matches, so obviously I don't have the entire I don't have the entire processed out to master the ability like I have with some other people that I enjoy playing, like with Ranger, Sorlag, and Clutch. But it basically launches fireballs that do a lot of damage. They spread in a cone, so the fireball will always go where you're aiming, but the 2 other ones will go to the side. Unless you're up close, then you'll hit all 3 of them. They leave a trail, you activate again, they cause more of an explosion. It's very good if you're playing team play to hold off locations, similar to what Slash does. That's if people really use it the way that's intended. There's not a lot of team games to really judge that. The only one is Sacrifice, and I think that mode is just not good, and I really wish they would rework it better. But maybe we'll get CTF in the far later, because this is still considered an early access before free-to-play type of deal, but that's a long sort of thing. They added a new map. I haven't got a chance to test it myself, so I can't I cannot necessarily say if it was a good map design or not, because one map I hate called Awoken, which is the recording you should be seeing, I don't like this map. I think the way they have the power-up set up is too close quarters than where it should be, and the distance it takes between heavy armor and stuff. There's a lot of things I think they should change, especially with one of the jump pads. One of the jump pads I think is annoying, that you think it should go upwards, but instead it goes backwards. But that's just my personal opinion. So I haven't got to check out the new map, so I can't say much there. QuakeCon is happening pretty soon on August 9th, and that's also kind of the lead up for this update as well. They also introduced the Gauntlet Redeemer, as they call it, from Quake 4 that you only see if you play the multiplayer game. So they added that new skin. Some other minor quality of life changes that they made for people who want to hear. They now made it to where you can actually remove medals from showing up at the top of your screen. You can also remove the VO entirely if you so desire. You can remove the HUD, the frag messages from your HUD. You can remove the hit markers around your crosshair if you so desire. They added a zoom sensitivity adjustment. They added more of a beta support, but the HRTF audio. They added you can now have bots in custom games. They added a TDM versus bots playlist. They now have individual insta-give mode instead of having to play through free-for-all and hope to God it selects. Crouch is now selected in the indicator hub. The lagometer is now available to have on the HUD, with a couple of other polishings they did with basic training, so on and so forth. There's a couple of other changes that they made here and there. But so far, yeah, they pretty much everything seems to be a pretty good update. So, and that's it. That's the update that we got for Thursday. In anticipation for QuakeCon next week. Although people are going to be focusing on Doom Eternals, I would. But there is the there is the QuakeCon Heavy Machine Gun skin available for 2018. Apparently, it's going to be available during the event as a drop, so that's going to be pretty cool from the 9th to the 12th. And I think that's it. That's it for this video. So, yeah, a little update video for this game. I'm going to try and do it as often as I can if I can keep up to date. Maybe my channel will kind of focus on that or not, or still be multi-channel. I don't know. I want to put this out there to put my opinions out there. Oh, actually, I'm an idiot. I forgot one final thing. There's one final thing that I forgot to add that this update changed. They changed the daily reward system. It's still pretty much the same, but they did change it just a little bit. Instead of getting shards, you get favor now. 5,000 favor on the 2nd day, 10,000 favor on the 5th day. Instead of getting a recruity on the 5th day, they changed it to the 7th day. They changed the platinums to the 6th day. They removed the lore score. You still get chests in there, but you have a chance to get 2 backpacks on day 1 and 3 backpacks on day 4. It's not a big deal. I mean, you still get the recruities and the platinums for every week you log in. That's still not as bad. The more favor makes it easier for people to try and get the champions they so desire. Because I paid for the champions back, obviously. But, yeah, so they changed that as well. Pretty much everything else is the same. And with that, I think now it's time to close this video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and hope more people pick up Quake Champions, because I really think this game should succeed at least. It's just, I'm worried is all. But I'll leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and take care.